Good morning, ladies and gents. It is time. If you cannot tell, there is a little rat on the screen. The Rat King has finally arrived. I know that I made a video about this, I think 1 or 2 days ago. I was not expecting them to drop it so soon after I just covered it. This was some of the news that we missed while playing leagues. This was one of the many things. However, this dropped like mid to late-ish November, and the time has finally come. So let's just go ahead and dive into it, shall we? Something utterly horrible and abomination beyond our wildest nightmares is lurking in Brock's sewers. It calls itself Scurrius the Rat King. Got your attention? Then let's learn a little more about this royal rodent. And here we see someone who is ideally... This is an ideal depiction of someone that you would probably see training down here. They still have an obby cape. They're in mystics. They got a rat bone staff. At least I assume that that's what that is. And then Scurrius the Rat King. Pretty cool. This will be in the Rock Sewers if you do not know. Reading, no thanks. This is just a little thumbnail to their YouTube video on it. They are actually starting to make YouTube videos on some of it. So that will be here as well. This hulking behemoth of a beast is unlike any rat you've met before. Thanks to Scurrius's mutated form, he's capable of attacking with all three combat styles, perfect for mid-level players still getting to grips with old-school PVM. Scurrius can be found east of the ladder in Brock Sewers. If you're struggling with your compass, just follow the rats. You can't miss them. Before entering the lair, you'll be able to decide whether you'd like to go it alone or team up with friends, which that to me sounds like it's probably going to be instance, which I really like. The boss is perfectly viable as a solo encounter, so your decision comes down to how confident you are with the mechanics. This boss is aimed at level 60 players, so if you can wear rune armor, mystic robes, or green dragon hide, you're more than ready to take Scurrius on. We recommend that would-be rat splatters also have protection prayers to defend themselves against Scurrius's mad combat skills. Without giving too much away, this fight is intended to familiarize players with combat mechanics. While you should expect a challenge, you should still have plenty of time to take a deep breath, pick the right prayer, and think about your strategy. Interesting. Moving on to the rewards, and here's a depiction of the rewards. So yeah, range, mage, and melee. These are, I assume, are going to be the rat spines that you have then crafted into weapons. So aside from space to grow your combat skills, what else is in it for you? Primarily, Scurrius offers experience with a capital X and P. The idea is that while you're training your bossing skills, you're also training your skills. Scurrius isn't vulnerable to any particular combat style, so you need to knuckle down and train ranged, magic, or melee. This is the place to do it. I do like that. I like that they made his defense all equal, so like you will be fine getting range, magic, or melee XP. That's super good. And I really hope that range and mage both are not like... I hope that it doesn't cost an exorbitant amount of money to actually train, because that's like one of the biggest gaps to getting higher level range or higher level magic, especially for Iron Men, is you have to go through all these bolts, or you have to go through all these runes in order to train, or you have to go and do bursting or wildy bursting or chinning or something like that. You have to do very specific things so you don't use all your bolts. We expect training Scurrius to be one of the most effective ways to train melee in particular, right up until the end game. Our reasoning is that unlike traditional combat training methods like Nightmare Zone or Sand Crab, Scurrius will require you to think on your feet and pay attention. Unlike Slayer, you're not getting much out of the experience except for combat XP, so it's reasonable to boost those XP rates a little bit. I like that. We'll be keeping a close eye on things, and we're ready to make adjustments if the community feels rates are out of line. We also have some more tangible loot on offer, which will improve your combat capabilities against rats, including Scurrius himself. If you've obtained an untradeable rat spine as a drop from this boss, you can turn it into a rat bone bow with a U short bow, a rat bone mace with a rune mace, or a rat bone staff with any battle staff and 1,000 chaos runes. You'll need 35 fletching for the bow, 35 smithing for the mace, and 35 crafting for the staff, so we hope you haven't neglected your non-combat skills. Alternatively, you can bring the raw materials and 50k GP to Historian Aldo just outside Scurrius' lair. When used in combat against rats, including Scurrius, rat-bone weapons will increase your max hit by 10. Wield them against Scurrius himself, and you'll be looking at a very efficient way to train combat, unless you'd prefer to whack crabs until the logout timer hits. What if you'd like to flex your rat-bone arsenal outside of the dark, dingy sewers? You can. Here's how their stats shake out. So the rat-bone bow, 69 ranged, attack rate 4, range bonus is 7, attack rate 4, 14 magic bonus for the rat-bone staff, and the rat-bone mace is 60 crush, 55 melee strength, and attack rate of 4 as well. So the same stats that we covered the other day. You'll be able to trade excess spines to Historian Aldo outside Scurrius' lair, who will reward you with 5,000 XP in any combat skill except for prayer, where you'll receive 3,500 XP per spine. That's still so good. I love that you can still get prayer XP for that. That's actually insane. That's honestly pretty good. That might... Would that... I wonder how fast you can kill him. I mean, that's free prayer XP, basically. Like, that's not a bad way as an Iron Man to train your regular stats and just use all the rat spines for prayer. Like, that's not bad. That sounds pretty reasonable. And it keeps you out of the wilderness. It's a really good thing for hardcore Iron Man. Other drops include appropriately mid-level supplies of food, runes, arrows, and potions. Okay, so there's my answer to that. Pretty sure this was in the blog post before, but runes and arrows and potions are also in here, so you won't be necessarily losing that much money, if any, when actually killing him with major range. You should receive enough back to offset the cost of fighting the boss and perhaps put away a little pocket money, but the main reward is XP. Don't expect to leave the sewers as an overnight billionaire. You'll have to get busy charging arrow orbs for that. Yeah, so they do say, and perhaps put away a little pocket money, so you probably will make a little extra. Now there's one last reward you should probably know about. Make room in your menagerie, because you may well have a funny feeling while fighting Scurrius, and we're not talking about the smell, which is a pet drop. And then that's it for the Rat King. Wow. I'm super excited. I like what I see here, and honestly, I'm probably gonna go farm some, because that sounds very, very good. I'm probably going to get on my Iron Man for that. Let's go ahead and look down here. I think these are some previous ones. I do need to do a video on this. That'll be soon, though. Some Scythe Blood Rune updates. They apparently lost some Blood Runes. They're getting them back into the game. Dragon plushies are out. And then that's it. Yep. So that is all for today's blog post update. Very, very good. Yeah, I don't see anything special in the changelog. That is amazing. Super like what I see here. I think this is a very good addition to the game, and I guess I'm just gonna have to go do some further testing in game. Probably gonna go chunk my Iron Man at it for a few hours, see what I get, see what happens. But without further ado, that is all for this news post. I appreciate you guys for making it this far, and have fun slaying the rats, and hopefully you have a funny feeling at some point. Cheers.